Hmm. Testing 1, 2. Think I might need to get it. Testing 1, 2. All right. Let me get that right. Yo, 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 what's good, YouTube? We about to get into a live stream, but I want to make sure I take care of y'all and give you guys the link to be able to hop up in the panel with me. So just give me one moment while I grab that link for you guys. All right. So I think I might take this off down here. My bad, y'all. All right, so we don't need that, but let me grab this link real quick. So I'm gonna put a link in the chat if you guys want to hop up on the panel with me and review this video with me. Feel more than welcome to. But this live stream is going to be on the subject of barbering. So let me just grab this link before I actually get into what I want to get into for today. All right. On here. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to put this link in the chat for you so you can hop up on the panel. We got any barbers in the chat? Let me know if we got any barbers. I'm gonna put the stream up here on the TV for me. Boom, 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 boom. How are you guys' day going? How's your day going today so far? It's super duper hot where I'm at. I'm down in Atlanta. Give me 1 second here. I want to post the link in the chat for you guys. Logging in now, grabbing the link. I should have had this prepared for you, but when we do live stream, I like for it to be live. I don't want it to be no edits, no preparation, just going straight live. No plan. That's just what make it easy. But I'm almost here. Give me 1 second. All right, meetings. Put that down there. Man. Bear with me 1 second, guys. You want to grab you some popcorn because we in the movie theater about to watch this reaction to this video, how to become a great barber fast with no experience. So I have not watched this video yet. I've only watched a little bit of it. And from the very beginning part of what I saw, he seemed like he knew what he was talking about. So I thought, let me go ahead and turn on the live stream so I can react to this. All right. Got the link. Coming over to the chat. so we could post this in the chat. Hopefully I get somebody that want to come up on the panel with me. See, copy. Okay. See, open up the chat room. Oh, is this private? No, I didn't want it to be private. Okay. Let me stop this broadcast. Not now. So, okay. Give me 1 second, guys. That's what I mean by live. Live is live. But I did not want this to be private. So I might need to go and do it again. Because I need my chat. Let's see something. Okay. Here's my chat. All right. Let me copy the link. Link to join panel here. Paste. All right, I put that link in the chat, guys. If you want to join the panel and react to this video with me, go ahead and click the link in the chat. I just pinned it. And I'm going to go ahead and go back into the video so that we can go ahead and react to that. So yeah, let me go ahead and go back to my Zoom and share my screen. All right, let me go ahead and do screen mirror. Lines in. Separate display. Oh, yeah, say public. Okay. There we go. All right, guys. Boom, I see you now. All right. So let me come back in here. Boom. All right. So let me go ahead and make this adjustment. What's good, y'all? Let's make it happen. We live right now, so excuse me if we got any technical difficulties because we live streaming and we want to make sure that we get this on point for you guys. So let me go ahead and introduce and welcome you to That's a Bet podcast, where we talk about the intersection of barbering, entrepreneurship, and technology. And today I'm going to be reacting to a video that I came across on YouTube while I was on my inspiration tab doing some research on what kind of videos you guys might like. I'm a barber, been a barber for a long time, and I'm interested in making content for you guys that adds value. And I came across this piece of content by this creator on how to become a great barber fast with no experience. So I want you guys to go ahead and react to the video with me. I got my chat up here on the big screen so I can see you guys in the chat. I also have the link in the chat to hop on to the panel. If you guys want to hop up on the panel with me from your device that you're watching from, just go ahead and go into the chat, click that link, and you can connect to us in Zoom, and we'll get you up on the panel so that you can react to the video with us. So this is something that we're trying that's brand new. We've never done this before. So I want to apologize ahead of time if we fall into any technical difficulties. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video, see if this is going to be good.
In today's video, I'm going to walk you guys through on how to become a great barber fast with no experience in 12 steps. This video is mainly tailored towards if I were to start barbering again, what steps would I take considering my journey? Which step number one is self-belief. The more self-confidence that you have, the faster that you'll go. When I was around maybe like 16 or 17, my barber was one of the first barbers that I even knew that could execute a taper, a clean taper. He had appointments every Thursday. So people would line up and you'd have a line going from his living room all the way outside the apartment complex. He would charge 10 bucks and he'd knock out haircuts in 20, 30 minutes.
I got cool with him to the point where I was like, hey, bro, $10 for a haircut are long gone now, right? Let me know in the comments, what price are you guys charging right now for your haircuts? If we got any barbers that are watching, let me know in the comments, in the chat, what prices you guys are charging.
If I sat on the toilet and watch your cut, because he would cut in his restroom. And he was like, yeah, bro, like, don't trip. And, you know, I would just sit there and do homework or just watch, right? So I just started watching him cut. 10 to 12 reps a day of me watching that. It's like you guys watching like 10 to 12 YouTube videos, but I was there in person. So while he was doing all his techniques, his fading style and everything, I just already knew he's gonna bring out the trimmer, ball it out, lever open, he's gonna do this. And then I'd ask him questions all the time and he'd just answer me. Getting like real reps in without me even wanting to be a barber. I was just curious. That fed into my self-belief, just watching somebody do it and not really having an attachment to my outcome of being a barber. A lot of the times people put...
Hey, so to me, that's a real valuable thing to understand when it comes to self-belief. You know, I like to say, if there's something that you want to do, you have to first, you know, imagine yourself being that person and actually believe in it. And then when you believe it, you should see some actions that actually come out of that. And so, I really agree with becoming a barber to have that self-belief. You want to surround yourself around other barbers, around haircut videos, around barber videos, get on social media on Instagram and connect with other barbers. And really just kind of surround yourself in that barber atmosphere so that you can take on the persona of a barber. And as you do that and you start believing it, which is the key thing, because I don't think you could just put yourself in the environment and expect for anything to happen. You have to actually believe it. And when you believe it, there should be some type of action that follows after that belief, because all belief or all faith has some type of action that follows it. So I like what he's saying so far in terms of when you want to become a barber, make sure you have self-belief and take on that persona of a barber and strengthen your faith and belief in yourself of being a barber. So far, so good.
A lot of pressure on themselves when they start and they want to get to a certain point. But in reality, if you just fall in love with the craft and you just see it for what it is, you stay in the moment, you're going to really just dive in and not really care. So that's what happened. It goes into step number 2 now. So step number 2 is just don't care about your equipment. Don't care about your setup. I did a haircut without a trimmer, without a shaver, without anything.
I don't know about that. What do you mean don't care about your equipment? Don't care about your setup? I don't know if I agree with that. Chat, what y'all think? In the beginning, not caring about your equipment, I don't know if I agree with that, because you can't cut hair good unless you have good equipment. It's a saying that we have in the barber community. You only are as good as your tools. If you want to try to get a certain type of look but don't got the right tool, or if it's not sharp enough, I don't know how you're gonna make it happen. It's fun cutting hair when you got the right tools and they crispy and they working good. I don't know. Let's see where it go with this.
Color guard clippers that you guys have seen on my channel of me doing my own self cuts. I started with that clipper and I didn't even know I needed a half guard or a 1.5 guard until I started cutting my own hair. Step number 3 is develop a rep and I don't give a fuck mentality.
See, he didn't really go into it. He just said when he started basically with some Walmart clippers or some cheap clippers. I wouldn't recommend that. I would say, as a beginner barber, focus on having good tools and getting familiar with the tools that's out there. Go to the barber supply stores and go online and look at the different tools that's out there, because there's so many different clippers that you have to find what clipper works for you. A good clipper that might work for me may not be a good clipper that works for you. Your wrist is different than my wrist. So, in my opinion, I think that you guys should focus on seeing everything that's out there. Go to hair shows, barber battles, competitions. It's always vendors there that have different clippers, new stuff that's come out. And you don't want to have your competition to compete in other barbers, having the best clippers and just easily getting a cut that you can't get just because you don't have the right clipper. So, and having the right clippers, it makes it go faster. If you got dull blades or cheap clippers, you're going to take it forever on the haircut. Man, let's see where else he goes.
Have that, I'd bet on you any day of the week, because 1, you're going to be practicing, you're going to get better with time, and 2, you're not going to care about what people think, which is primarily the main characteristic that you need to have with practically anything. Step number 4 is going to be to figure out a place where you want to cut. At the beginning of my journey, I was cutting in my backyard.
Okay. Before we go on to step 4, he said you got to have that I don't care. You got to have that I don't care mentality. Let me process that real quick. I'm gonna say to a degree, because being a barber, sometimes it can be the untraditional thing to do depending on what family you come from. A lot of people expect you to have a job, or go out and go to traditional college and get a degree. And, when you tell people that you want to be a barber, they looking at you like, is that a real job? So from that aspect, you do got to have like a I don't care mentality. You know, I know what I'm doing. I believe in myself, and I'm going out and I'm going to accomplish what I set out to accomplish. So if people around you don't believe that, then you got to have like I don't give a F mentality. So to that point, I agree with him. I agree with him. But also at the same time, make sure you listening to your customers. Your customers are going to tell you what they like and what they don't like, and you have the opportunity to structure your business around those desires that they have. So it's not that you care so much to where they totally govern you, but at the same time, you listening so that you can figure out how to improve your barber business, which I think is also a pretty valuable thing to do. So let's see what he's talking about here in step number 4. Figure it out, a place where you want to cut. All right, let's go.
If you guys scroll all the way down in my Instagram, one of the first picture I have is, I think, a house call, and the other maybe 2 or 3 are pictures of me cutting in my backyard. Just cut in your restroom, cut in your room, cut it in your backyard, cut in your porch. Eventually, in due time, you'll get the idea of going into a barbershop or getting into barber school, getting into salon suite, whatever it might be. But just get a place to cut so you can put in the reps.
So I definitely agree with that. I remember starting out cutting hair in the bathroom. It started out by watching my pop trim his mustache. I looked at those clippers. I said, man, I could do that. I said, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my own hair. So I used to try it, but I didn't really get into it until one time my mom, she tried to cut my hair and had me with a bald patch. So I said, I'm taking over from here on out. No more bald patches. So I picked up those clippers, started cutting on my own hair in the restroom, and then I start cutting on my little brother's hair in the restroom. Then I start cutting my friends on the porch. Maybe got a few people in the boys' bathroom at the school. And then before you knew it, that was just a regular thing that me and my friends did. We used to cut on each other's head. And who would have thought that I would have been a barber? And I've basically been working for myself my whole entire adult life. So, definitely go ahead and get started. Start in the bathroom, in the kitchen, going to people's houses. That's all a part of the game. Barber life.
Now, step number 5 is document your process. There's a lot of people out there that say just don't record, you just want to focus on the craft. I think the opposite. If you post for your own documentation of your own process, you're not going to see it as a bad thing, because as you develop yourself into a better barber, you're going to always be able to go back and see, man, like I used to suck and I just got way better. And at the same time, it gives your clients the ability to see your progress through time, which eventually they'll see, and at one point they'll be like, man, he sucks. And then they'll keep scrolling and they'll be like, man, he's getting better. And then they'll be like, all right, damn, he's good. And then they'll be like, damn, like how much does he charge? Where can I book? Then he'll be like, bro, I've been watching your shit. Like they get hyped up, so you develop a kind of like a relationship with people that are just watching your journey. Which now we're jumping into step number 6, which is
so documenting your process. I could agree with that. I give you that one. Yeah. Posting on social media, Instagram, TikTok, letting people see your progress, and some barbers could feel skeptical about posting some of their work because they feel like they may not be good enough. So, post pictures of your best work, and make sure that you understand how to take pictures, make sure you got good lighting. I would try to stay away from the filters, I know we use enhancements, but try to stay away from the filters, because if the community find out that you're using filters on your haircut, or it might be all bad. So, but yeah, I agree with him on that one. Go ahead and post your work, post your best work. Make sure you know how to take a good picture. Now let's go. Step number 6.
Basic mentorship. I'm not asking you guys to go and pay for crazy mentorship. I'm just saying go to your best neighborhood barber and ask to work for free, or be their barber. You know, go and pay for their service and pick their brain. Any rep that you take, once it's kind of like reassured by somebody that's already done it, is multiplied by 10. Like you get 10x results, because one, you get that reassurance and the confidence that you can go into that knowing that that's going to be the result if you put in the reps, versus if you had to do it on your own. You just kind of have to shoot and just go through the trials and tribulations on your own. My example, I had C's, which I just learned so much without even just because I thought it was cool, and he was such a cool dude, and I just got lucky. You know, I was in the right place at the right time. Step number 7, I stole it from a YouTuber that I watch. He's a productivity YouTuber. His name's Ali. You have to figure out what your unfair advantage is in the industry. In my example, what I always told myself is I'm always going to prioritize my personal development, so the byproduct is going to be to become a great barber, right? So if you work on yourself outside of the chair, it's going to trickle down to you becoming a great barber. When I started my journey, I just prioritized.
So let me say this to the barbers. He's right. You do want to try to figure out how to get an unfair advantage in your market. And I want to give you guys a little secret. A lot of barbers, you know, have come from getting a second chance in society. A lot of barbers have avoided going to a traditional school. A lot of barbers have problem with working for other people. I say all of this because barbers have a certain personality trait, and it could be a lot of things within that personality trait. But what particularly I want to get at is barbers. How can I say this? Barbers' avoidance of technology. Barbers don't gravitate towards technology. Over the years, they've been forced to use technology. However, if you can figure out how to use technology and make that become your unfair advantage, you'll kill the game. Kill the game. Because barbers don't like to compete on technology. They like to just compete on haircuts. But a haircut is a haircut. It can only be so good. And once you get 50 to 100 people, you're not going to be cutting a whole lot of other people. But when you want to go beyond the barber chair, and as you building your clientele, maybe you want to get into educating, maybe you want to get into competitions or events, whatever the case may be, technology is going to be a part of it. So my advice to you guys is to really learn how to adopt technology, because it's a wide open space right now to get an unfair advantage. I mean, look at what we're doing. We live streaming. I know it's other barbers is doing this, but it's not the masses of barbers, you know. So a lot of barbers just wouldn't have the tech savvy to set up something like this. So, by the way, if you're a barber and you do want to get good with technology and setting up things like this, or in implementing technology into your business, make sure you check the description of this video and click that link. We got something special for you. All right, so let's go ahead and get back into this, but don't sleep on the technology.
On building healthy habits, you know, just working out, having habits around learning and growing. I would just watch the industry, watch certain barbers, their habits and stuff like that, and I was like, most barbers are not doing these things. So if I continue to do these things every day, I'm just going to continue to separate myself from everybody. Success is equal to the hard work that you put in, your unfair advantage, and luck. So all of those things combined. You have to kind of just self-reflect and see what makes me special and how could I, separate myself from everybody else with this quality. Which step number 8 is just map out the vision. Sometimes when you get started and you're just taking action and you're just putting in the work, putting in the reps, and you're not really caring about what people think, you're not gonna have the time to reflect and be like, what do I actually want from this? Essentially, when you keep growing in the industry, you start getting more curious about what's actually possible. It's important to write down in a piece of paper who you want to become, who you want to be in the industry in 5 years or 10 years, so you get more inspiration. Don't be so perfect with it, just write it down. And as you keep going on, your goals will change. Now we'll jump into step number 9,
which is
you gotta enroll in school.
We're gonna go ahead and leave it there. That last step, write it down and make it plain. I love that advice. It's a quote from one of my favorite books. So if you guys want to become a barber with no experience and try to figure out what the best things are to do, make sure you're creating a plan, writing it down, making it simple, putting yourself around other barbers, finding a mentor. This guy gave a lot of good advice. I'm going to make sure I put the link to his video in the description. If you guys want to watch the full video, you'll be able to do that. So, yeah, that was a good video. I didn't have anybody hop in the chat with me, but hopefully you guys will be here with me next time to react to another video. And if you got any value from this video, I know you guys will get value from the next one that'll popping up on your screen. So I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, so we're going to go ahead and tap out from this live stream. I appreciate you guys reacting to this video with me. I had a lot of fun, but next time maybe we'll get somebody to participate on a panel with us so that we can get a little dialogue to go back and forth. I had a little echo in my ear too. So maybe next time I might take this out. Yeah, because that echo is pretty loud. You know how it is trying to be the producer and in front of the camera. All right. So let me go ahead and stop this. See you guys in the next video. Until next time. Peace.